good. It's a vibe. Yes! Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Renee. You can call me the vegan girl because that's pretty much what I'm known for. But it's been a while since I've done a YouTube video, but I thought let's start exploring some of the great places Melbourne has to offer. Melbourne is all about coffee. I live in Melbourne. We're so fortunate to have access to some of the best coffee in the world. We are coffee snobs. We know it. We admit it. So I put something on Melbourne Vegan Guide asking you guys where was the best coffee in the north, and I've curated a list based on all the suggestions you gave me. We're going to explore 5 of them today, and we're going to be rating them on taste, price, and the last one we're going to be reviewing it on is how's the vibe. We need good vibes, good service, so I'm going to be rating it on those 3 things. I haven't had a coffee yet. I am tired. By the end of this, I'm going to have had 5 coffees, and I'm going to be like, okay, let's go. Stop number 1 is Auntie Pegs. I've never been here. It's located in Collingwood. It looks very fancy. I'm like, I'm not fancy enough for this place, but I've heard good things, and you guys suggested it, so let's go and check it out. So cool, they let you add in your own hot water. That is good. I love this. It's one of the best long blacks I've ever had, and I've had a lot of long blacks. So I just found out this place is actually named after the owner's grandmother, whose name was Peg. It's so wholesome. It's somewhere you come when you're not in a rush. It's very calm, very mindful, and it's a vibe. I mean, look at this. This is the same, or the owners of Proud Mary, so this is actually where all the beans are made and prepared, and this is kind of like their home base. And for our non-coffee drinkers, you psychopaths, get some chai. First review's coming in hot. We're doing it in the car because it's raining here in Melbourne. So aggressive. When we first stepped into Auntie Pegs, I was a little intimidated. I was like, this place is for like full-on coffee snob. I thought I was a coffee snob, but this place feels like next level. They don't actually serve any dairy or like alternative milks. It's just pure pour black coffee. So I was like, okay, this is we're on the video plan. That's okay. We're gonna pivot because that's what we do. They're very, what do you like? What don't you like? And helped us find a long black coffee that we did like. I think we went for the Arusha blend. It was like really florally and fruity, and they serve it with like hot water so you can kind of make your own long black. It's very mindful. I wouldn't encourage anyone to go there if they're like in a rush. It's very like chill. It's very zen, right? The taste. Taste is so important, and if you get a bit of long black, for anyone that drinks long blacks, it can be like, 7-Eleven, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a vibe. It was so smooth. She nailed exactly what we were looking for. So I would probably give it like 5 out of 5 for taste. Like, you couldn't get any better long black than that. I wish though it wasn't served in those mugs. Like, I want a proper cup. I don't want like a mug that I can't put my finger in, but that's just like me probably being picky, and that's not what we're rating it on. So let's give it 5 out of 5 for taste. Coffees are getting so expensive, and I get it, there's inflation. Hospitality venues have to pay their bills and their staff, but $6 for a long black, that is, I would want like a creamy double shot dirty chai for that kind of price, you know what I mean? $6 is quite pricey. I guess you're probably paying for the ambience, like, it's a nice experience, but $6 is too expensive for me for a long black, especially if you drink 2 a day. That's 12 drinks a day, that's a lot of money down the drain. So I'm gonna give it maybe 2.5 out of 5 for price. I don't know, long blacks usually I'm used to paying like $4.50 to $5. So yeah, sorry guys. It was such a good vibe. It's like, not like an intense vibe, like, oh my God, wow, this is so hustle and bustle. It's more like calm, like you feel like you're in an auntie or a grandma's house. There's a fire going, they've got beautiful shelving. There's a couple of vegan snacks. They're very kind. Yeah, it's a beautiful vibe. Very nice vibe. I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 for a vibe. Stop number 2, we're here in Carlton. Carlton's known for the food and coffee and Italian hub that it is. We're heading to Virtue Coffee Roasters. They're actually got locations, I think, all around Melbourne or maybe Australia. I'm not sure, I should have done my research. But let's go inside and see what the coffee's like. Last time I came down here was in lockdown and there was like no one else at the cafe. Now it's gonna be me and everyone else in Melbourne. Let's go. I'm thinking a creamy coffee. That was our plan the whole time. So let's get like a soy latte or actually flat white. Let's fuck with a flat white. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. There you go, a Bon soy flat white, $6.30 with a weekend surcharge. That's almost $7. I'm not going to judge them on a surcharge because it probably means they're paying their staff, right? $6.50. Fuck. Let's see how it tastes. Okay, It's pretty good. Oh, that's yum. That's so good. Okay, I love that. That was a big call to say this, but I reckon that was like the perfect coffee. That was such good coffee. He definitely saw the camera and was like extra nice. I feel like he was like, oh, they might review us. So thanks for the amazing service, but let's review it properly. How does it taste? Oh, guys, that was the perfect coffee. It was so well done. It wasn't like curdly. The only thing I'd say, it could be a little bit hotter. Like I sculled that and I don't want to scull my coffee. So I'm gonna give that a 4.5 out of 5. Ooh, the price. I don't want to be that guy, but like even just looking at the menu, I'm like, $26 for a tofu scramble. Duh, that's my grocery for a week. So it was about $6.30 because they charge $1 for alternative milk. Now that is not on. People are lactose intolerant. Most people are lactose intolerant. People shit themselves. You can't be charging them an extra dollar to not shit themselves, right? That's an incentive to drink the dairy. And we don't want that. We want the other way around. So $6.80 with a weekend surcharge, which we love because they pay the staff right, but I'm gonna say price, it's gonna be $3.5. The vibe, it was actually so nice in there. It was booked out, so we did have to sit outside, which wasn't the best vibe because it is cold here in Melbourne. But inside it's really nice. The staff are super friendly, no bullshit, not like pretentious. They're really lovely. So I'm gonna say the vibe was maybe like 4 out of 5. Industry Beans, it's here in Fitzroy. I used to live right next to it. It's so good, but I don't think I ever have had a soy coffee here. So let's go try it out. Yeah, sure. Okay, this place is so beautiful, very fancy. It's pumping, it's busy. There's obviously so many things you can take away. I don't know what half this stuff is. Coffee shops are like a whole new level of human and I appreciate it. I just don't know what it is. All the gear, no idea, that's me. Cold brew martini, maybe for later. Hey guys, welcome to Industry Beans. What can I get for you? What I've always loved about this menu is that it explains everything, the way they serve it, the different styles of coffee you can get, because if you're overwhelmed by coffee choices and what blends you like, this will break it down for you. So far, comparatively to Virtue, it's not looking like as creamy on top, but latte art is divine. Let's see how we go. It's pretty strong. It's very good. God, I'm like 3 coffees in now. I'm gonna be flying. If we were rating on mugs, this would win on mugs. Like, look at that. You can put your fingers in it. It's good. It's huggable. It's a good mug. I have a mug collectible at home, like a full stash. I love a mug. 5 out of 5 for mugs, but it does taste a tiny bit burnt. Temperature's good though. It's good. All right, we just left Industry Beans. Let's review it. $6.20 for a soy flat white. The mug. Let's talk about the mug. It was so good. But that's not what we're here to review about. Alex, what do we... Can you help me? Taste, it was pretty good. I feel like it might have been a little bit burnt maybe. Or maybe like, I feel like they're so rushed in there that it was just like not as mindful as probably what it would be on a good day. So I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 for taste. And let's talk about price. So $6.20 for a soy flat white. And that includes a weekend charge. So it would have been a little bit cheaper, I think, without the weekend charge. So I think you'd be looking at about $5. About $5.60. That's not too bad, like considering it's 50 cents for an alternative milk, which is way better than what we went to at Virtue, which is $1. So for price, I'm gonna give it, let's go 4 out of 5 for price. So like I think on a weekend, that's kind of like a standard. The vibe, it's such a cool decor in there. If you've been to any Industry Beans across Australia, you know they're very aesthetically pleasing, great for the gram, great for the content. Usually there's lots of influencers in there. I feel like I was the only one today. I'm like, where were you all? Hello, Saturday's our content day, doll. It felt a bit frazzled in there, like maybe a little bit understaffed today. So like I felt like, I'm sorry, like am I a burden? So I'm gonna give it maybe 3.5 out of 5 for vibe. Is that too ruthless? Okay, Alex, cameraman, says that's good. Thanks Industry Beans, it wasn't bad, it was so good. But if we were rating on mugs, 100%. We love the mug. Okay, so next up we're going to Standing Room, which is in Fitzroy North. It's a beautiful cafe. Both Standing Room and Industry Beans aren't very vegan friendly. They don't really have much vegan stuff on the menu, which we don't love to see. I feel like vegan, they're like, oh, vegans, whatever. But if you do want to see more reviews on food I've done, head back to my other YouTube videos. I'll pop one here and here. It's busy. Oh, it's hot. It's actually hot. Finally, a hot coffee. So they use Happy Soy here. It's a different soy brand. This costs $5.50 on a Saturday. That's what we love to see. That's good. So good. Coffee number 4. I'm awake. So first of all, I just want to say standing room here in Fitzroy. There are other locations across Melbourne. I think there's one in Melbourne Uni. It's such a vibe. I love it. Also, not far from there is Picnic, another great coffee spot. It's not an narrow view, but it's good. How did it taste, guys? It tasted so good. It was actually the first hot coffee I've had all day, like a real heated, hot, creamy coffee. Obviously, it's got a different brand of soy milk, so that might have played with it a little bit better. But I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 for taste. I think maybe a little bit less creamy and more coffee. I don't know. God, they gave away free sparkling water, and now I'm burping on camera, and that's not a vibe. But I do love that you get free sparkling water. Let's go straight to price. It was $5.30 for a flat white soy, only 50 cents for alternative milk, which I love. And I think that's a pretty good price coffee for a Saturday, $5.30. I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 for price. I'd pay for that again. And then in terms of the vibe, it's such a good vibe. There's no bullshit. They're just really genuine, lovely people. And they're busy, but they've still got it all happening. They make you feel really important. They give you free sparkling water. I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 for vibe. It's very calm. You can take a little seat on the bench where I took a seat. You can stand up. It is called standing room. You can stand on like the table and work, or you can take a seat like a normal person, but clearly I love standing. So what's that? 5, 4, and 4. If I can do maths correctly, that's 13. Woohoo! This is the final stop on our coffee tour. We are here just off Smith Street on Sackville Street in Collingwood. This area is known for like snobby coffees, good coffees. We're actually going to go to A Coffee. It's very, very aesthetically pleasing. Again, I see a lot of content creators go here all the time. And a few doors down is Everyday Coffee. Shout out to them. I love their coffee. I love the people there. I'm not reviewing them in this video, but if you want something alternative, definitely go and check them out. They have a great TLT on the menu. But let's go and check out A Coffee and then we'll review everything. I often come to this cafe to do work. I don't usually get a slow flat white, so this is something new for me. I think they were a bit shocked. They were like, "You're not getting a long black?" And I was like, "Sorry." Free sparkling water, free tap water, we love it. So I did pay $6.60 for a soy flat white, which is pretty pricey. It is a Saturday surcharge as well, but it's just such a beautiful vibe in here. Like everyone's very calm. It reminds me of like Berlin, very European, lo-fi music that you hear in the background. It's just like, it's a vibe. Free Wi-Fi, lovely stuff. There is the soy flat white I've ordered. Interestingly, there's no cafe art. I find that a lot of cafes tend to do this with the soy flat white. They like, well, any flat white, they just make it flat, which makes sense, right? Let's see how it tastes. It's feeling hot, which we know is important. Ooh, I don't know whether it's like the blend they're using at the moment or the beans they have, but it's quite fruity. It is very good. I'm like, could this be the best coffee today? They do say you save the best to last, but let me have a few more sips. The final coffee spot on our Northside Best Coffee tour, A Coffee. How did it taste? I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 for taste. I feel like even that's being a little bit generous. I love their long blacks, but I just feel like the blend, maybe I didn't like the fruity blend with the soy milk, but the heat was good. It was good, but I was just like, not quite a fuck yes. And that's what we're looking for a 5 out of 5. I paid $6.60. That was the second most expensive coffee we've had today, and it felt like smaller than Virtue Coffee. Price, that's pretty pricey for a soy flat white. I have 2 of them a day. I can't afford that. So I'm gonna give that a 3.5 out of 5 for price. I mean, it is a Saturday, which we appreciate as a surcharge, but yeah, pretty pricey. Last but not least, what is the vibe like? I mean, if you couldn't already tell, I freaking love the vibe in there. It is so good. I'm gonna give them a 5 out of 5 for lo-fi beats. It's the best damn vibe in there. I love it. I feel inspired in there. I feel creative in there. I feel calm in there. And that's what you want. 5 coffees in, who won the coffee, the best coffee here in the north? Guys, I'm a bit jittery. It's Saturday midday and woo! But not that we're ranking #1, but in terms of scoring, we do know Standing Room took the cake. Such a good vibe. But none of them are bad coffees. They're all just different. Depends what you like. If you think I missed one of the best spots in the north, please let me know. Comment, subscribe, and mention it all below. That's it for me for now. I'll be back soon with more YouTube videos. If you'd like to see me doing more like best acai bowls, best pizzas, please let me know. I'm always happy to be the guinea pig to eat, try, and buy all the good stuff. Oh, and if someone in your life doesn't drink coffee, that's a red flag. They're gonna go.